Okay, we just posted our first free pick, and now we're moving on to our second free pick, an NBA Finals Game 5 tonight between the Mavericks and the Boston Celtics. And we're supporting the Mavericks tonight. That's what our other free play is about, so go check that out if you haven't already. This free play is on the under. Still think it's too high. I still think we barely get to 200 in this game. Many sports bettors, sharps, playing the over consistently in this series, and it keeps on losing. And the biggest reason why it loses is because from quarters 2 through 4, things really, really slow down. Now, we see that especially usually in the fourth quarter, sometimes even in the third quarter, because the first quarter has easily had the highest tempo of the entire series, more points than any other part in this entire series. We've seen some 60 pointers, over 60 pointers from each team in the first quarter, just kind of feeling each other out, right? That's what happens in a lot of these games. But now we're at game 5, right? It's back at Boston. Boston just lost their first game of the series. Dallas has a little belief in them now. And like we said in our other video, what we like most about Dallas Mavericks and their chances in this series is the fact that they're starting to play that same brand of impenetrable defense that we saw throughout this postseason, right? They were fantastic, high energy. That's what guys like Derek Lively and Derek Jones Jr. and Daniel Gafford were brought over here for. PJ Washington, too, to be physical defensive guys, especially in the front court, and to not let other teams get easy shots off. And not one easy shot got off in game 4 from the Boston Celtics, because that Dallas Mavericks defense, that brand of defense from Jason Kidd that can really elevate in these situations, showed up. I expect them to show up again tonight. Boston's back at home, so Dallas Mavericks are not going to have the same, easy shots falling. That's for sure. Boston's defense can certainly get better after what they allowed in game 4. And unlike what we saw in the other games in this series, I think the first quarter is going to be much slower, right? Like, I think we're still going to see some segments where there's a lot of scoring, maybe some fast pace, but because it's an inflection point in this series, because the Boston Celtics cannot let this go to game 6, because then things start to get a little dangerous, right? Back in Dallas for game 6, then they could tie it up. That is not something that Boston wants. So Boston wants to play their best defense early in this game. The Dallas Mavericks just played the best defense that they've had for this entire series in game 4. So I like things to tighten up from the very start of this contest. That should slow down the tempo throughout the game. And I think we go well under today's total. I have this going right around 200. And I think it's very, very possible that we get well under 200 points tonight. So give me the under between the Celtics and Mavericks in game 5. Go check out my other play as well. More free plays every single day here at Sports Wagers. Thanks for listening. At Farley Bets here on X. See you next time.